Hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I am going to be doing a video that I saw Soph from Sophia Ann do not too long ago. I'm not sure if she was the original creator. If she wasn't, she tagged the person in her original video, but it is basically going through all of your favorite authors and saying what was the first book you read by them and what was your favorite. And I thought that would be really fun. So we're going to do that today. First, I'm going to start with Mariana Zapata. I have read everything by Mariana Zapata except her newest release, which is When Gracie Met the Grump. I tried reading it and I put it down. I don't know why, but I love All Roads Lead Here. This was the first book and my favorite book. That I think this is the only one on this list that's like that. But I love the discussion of grief, of survivor's guilt. I love the relationship between our two main characters. Rhodes and Aurora are just, I love them. And I also really, really love Amos. I knew it started with a name. Amos was such a fun character, and it was refreshing to see a very shy kid. I feel like lately a lot of kids in books have been very outgoing and silly and fun, and you really see Amos come into his own in this book, and I loved it. And the writing is so well done, and um this book kind of made me want to be a hiker, but I have no business being a hiker. But All Roads Lead Here. If you haven't read it, you really need to read it. It is a beautiful, beautiful book. And then I have Anna Huang. This one, so okay, I've read a lot of her books. I've read 8 of her books, okay? And 3 of them are 4 stars, 4 of them are 3 stars, and 1 of them is a 5-star. So I read Twisted Love first by her because I started the Twisted series, as I feel like most people do. And I thought this was fine. Like, I think Alex has a lot of problems. I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with him, but I think that the writing was just really fun. And there were twists that I did not see coming. So I really do love this series. I recommend it wholeheartedly. It's a good series. However, King of Wrath, the start of the Kings of Sin series, this is my favorite book that I've ever read by Anna Huang. I just, I love a good billionaire romance, so the series has been really fun so far. But the story between Vivian and Dante, it was so intriguing because I love Marriage of Convenience. I love forced proximity, and so I had so much fun with this. Um, I haven't had as much luck with the rest of the series. I think I've given the rest of it, oh gosh, I don't even know. It hasn't been as successful, I don't think. Because I think for the Twisted series, yeah, I gave a majority of them 3 or 4 stars. Um, Kings of Sin, however, I've given, oh, I guess 3 or 4 stars. I thought that I gave King of Pride a 2-star. Honestly, thinking back on it, I think it's a 2-star, but initially I rated it 3. I just, I haven't been clicking with the series as much as I had hoped. Okay. Next is Hannah Bonham Young. I've read all 3 of her books that are out and her novella, her Christmas novella. That was really cute. It was like 3 stars, but that's average for a novella. And it was really cute. Um, However, that's not the first book I read by her. The first book I read by her was Next of Kin. This is a beautiful story. I rated all of the full-length novels by Hannah Bonham Young, 5 stars. They tug at your heartstrings. They go into conversations that you don't always see in romance books. Next of Kin is about a girl who takes in her little sister and a guy who takes in his little brother. They both have complicated family pasts and they aren't able to get custody of those children without working together. They each have something the other needs, and then they're able to move forward from there. I love this story so much. I do think, however, my favorite is Out on a Limb. I loved the limb difference representation in this. I really truly love the romance between Win and Bo. I I think that it's it's funny because they both go to a Halloween party dressed as pirates. One missing his leg, one having a deformity in her hand, and it was a funny little scene to read. Um, this is a one night stand turned pregnancy trope, and their friendship that they form, the love that they form, it's beautiful. It's so good. If one book could make me not hate the surprise pregnancy trope, it is this one. I love her. I She is an autobiography author for me, for sure. Another autobiography author for me is, I keep wanting to say autobiography. I don't know if you can tell. Another autobi author for me is Emily Henry. The first book I read by her is Beach Read. I gave this 5 stars. I love this book. I cried so much with those letters. It definitely hit for me, and I think January and Gus's relationship is just, it's so beautiful. They help each other through so much, and I sorry, I'm reading some of the blurbs. I hadn't read those before. They're really cute. Oh, it's so sweet, touching and heartfelt, delightfully romantic, and slyly poignant. So sweet. I love this book so much. But my favorite book by Emily Henry, who I would consider one of my favorite authors, obviously, because she's on this list, Happy Place. I sobbed. Like, I wept. I love this book so much. I felt so seen in Harriet, and I think about her all the time. I think about her and I think about Win and their relationship, her relationship with her friends. I love a book about female friendships, and I just felt like I understood her so well. And I've been in her shoes and I felt the way she feels, and it was just, oh, it was emotional for me. Next up, I have Elsie Silver. The first book I read by her was Flawless. I loved the Chestnut Spring series. I loved all of them. I think all of them. I think they were a range of 3 to 5 stars, but for the most part, love. Um, I loved this book. However, I loved this book even more. Heartless is the single dad trope, and I love a single dad trope. I don't know why. I Not in real life, but I love it in my books. And honestly, I should reread this. Reread it. I love that series. I read quite a bit by Elsie Silver. I read her Chestnut Spring series, and then I am almost finished with her Gold Rush Ranch series. And then as soon as I finish that, I'm going to move into the next one. Next, I have Chloe Leese. I've read eight of her books, ranging from 3 to 5 stars. Nope, just 4 and 5 stars. I love Chloe Leese. She writes short, sweet little romance novels, and they all have some kind of representation. So whether that's somebody who is deaf or has arthritis or um, ADD, autism, it's a whole range. Like, I didn't even mention everything, and it's every single book. Either one or both of her protagonists have some kind of representation, and I love her romances. The first one that I read was Only When It's Us. This is the first in the Bergman Brothers series, which, if you haven't read it, I totally recommend the full series. It's so good. Each book in the series follows a different sibling in the family, and they're amazing. I just love it. There's a lot of misunderstanding at the beginning of this, but then once they finally kind of come to an understanding with each other, it is such a beautiful friendship and relationship. My favorite Chloe Lease book that I've ever read is the start of a different series, actually, the Wilmot Sisters series, and that is Two Wrongs Make a Right. I I don't know what it is about James and B, but they have my heart. I love them so much. It might be because I have ADHD and my partner has autism, and that's what's represented in this book. That's probably what it is. Um, but I honestly, I love Jamie, and I love everything that they do for each other. And yeah, it's just a really cute story. I love it. And how many times in my book, how many times am I going to say I love it? Because I can't think of anything else to say because it's been a minute since I've read it. Um, I love fake dating as well, and that's what this trope, what the main trope in this book is. Their friends want both of them together, and they are tired of hearing about it, so they're like, "Fine, we'll just date each other and go from there." And I think fake dating is always so fun. Um, yeah, so sweet, so cute. Can't wait to read the next one in the series, Better Hate Than Never. That one's going to be really fun. Really fun. Next up, I have Allie Hazelwood. I'm currently in the middle of Bride by Allie Hazelwood, and honestly, I'm loving it. So I could see that being a favorite. First, I read The Love Hypothesis, which I totally loved this and understood the hype. This is about Olive and Adam. I don't know why I couldn't remember his name. It's Adam. Olive and Adam, they are big dating because she wants her best friend to feel okay dating her ex-boyfriend. So she just kisses the first guy she sees, and it happens to be her academic rival, Adam. This is really cute. It was really fun, and it got me into Allie Hazelwood. And Allie Hazelwood is so talented and amazing, and I will read anything she puts out. My favorite by her is Love Theoretically. It's so good. It's so stinking good. Elsie is a theoretical physicist, and she doesn't make that much money, and so she fake dates on the side. If you need somebody to go to an event with you, she'll be your girl. Um, until she goes to a job interview where our main guy, Jack, is on the board, and he thinks she's an elementary school teacher because that's what she told everybody when she met the family with his brother. So it's just it's a fun story, and I I love their relationship. They understand each other in a way that makes sense. So good. Next up, I have some classics. So I love Jane Austen. Jane Austen is so talented, or was so talented. Listen, the 2005 Pride and Prejudice movie is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love it. I love the book too. The writing in this is so well done, and even just the quote on the back, "You must allow me to tell you how ardently I admire and love you." Michael said that to me, I would swoon, okay? Um, but I love the relationship between Darcy and Elizabeth. I think her family kind of sucks, but oh, besides that, I think that I love them. But this was the first book I ever read by Jane Austen, and that is my favorite. If I love the Jane Austen 2005 Pride and Prejudice movie, I love the, what is it, 2020, 2019, 2020, I can't remember. I just know I saw the movie right before COVID happened. That version of Emma, top 5 movies for me. I love it. But this book is so amazing. You know who you're getting as your protagonist from the very first page, from the very first line of the book. There's a lot of introduction in this one, in this edition. Sorry, hold on. Emma Woodhouse, handsome, clever, and rich, with a comfortable home and happy disposition, seemed to unite some of the best blessings of existence, and had lived nearly 21 years in the world with very little to distress or vex her. You know who you're getting from the very first line, and I love that. I think Emma is not always likable, and that's the point. She's not supposed to be likable. She's supposed to be human. She's supposed to be, flawed, and I love her growth in this book. And I read this every year, and I need to do my reread for this year, so maybe I will soon. Okay. Next, we have Sarah J. Maas. I've read the Akatar series. I've read 2 of the books in the Throne of Glass series and 2 of the books in the Crescent City series. I love her. The first book I read was A Court of Thorns and Roses. I wanted to say A Court of Frost and Starlight. For some reason, that's not this book. A Court of Thorns and Roses. I loved it. I thought it was a really good start to a series. I think Tamlin is gross. Even in this book, you can kind of pick up on it. I don't think I did until close to the end when she needed help and he was doing nothing to help her. He was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're on your own." I didn't like that. I did love the start to the series though, and the whole series is a 5-star series for me. It's a 6-star series, honestly. It's so good. I love it. My favorite. I couldn't choose a favorite. I'm between 2. I'll go one by one. So I love A Court of Silver Flames so much. Nesta is my girl, okay? I feel very seen in Nesta. I love her relationship with Cassian. I think that they suit each other really well. And yeah, I felt for her so much in this book. And I think I've kind of had a little bit of a love for Nesta throughout the series, even though she's not really likable. But like, I get it. I get why. I love her. I need to reread this series. I listen. I love rereading things. I love spoilers. I love all of the things. So, I think. And then I love the first book in the Crescent City series. This was so good. This made me cry. Okay, like I don't understand how a little fire sprite can make you sob so much, but I kid you not, I was literally sobbing my eyes out, and Michael walked in and thought something was really wrong. Somebody had passed away, is what he thought. Um, but gosh, this series is something else. But I love this book. The second in this series was good, and it left us on a cliffhanger. So I'm very intrigued by this. I think the whole universe that Sarah J. Maas has created is really, really interwoven and intriguing, and I can't wait to read the rest of Throne of Glass and then read the last book in this series. Only half of my stack, and you can already see it. Okay, and last but not least, listen, I love Elle Kennedy. I love her Briar U and Off Campus series so much. Jeez. Sorry, there's fireworks going off because it's 4th of July, and that terrified me. And my dog is gonna go crazy. Elle Kennedy. I love her hockey romance. Hockey romance and me, chef's kiss, love it. First book I ever read was A Score. I usually do not want to read books out of order, but I saw Jamie from Jamie's Library read this in some 24-hour reading blog, and she said that you don't have to read them in order, and that she really loved this one. So I picked it up and I loved it. I love Dean De Laurentiis. I love Allie Hayes, and I think that the good girl, bad boy trope is always a fun one to explore, but I also think the opposite is fun to explore. Anyway, I love this book, and this series is really good. The only one that I don't love in this series is The Mistake. It's, but that's not what we're talking about. I love this book. I've reread this book so many times. But my favorite is The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy. This book is so freaking sweet. I love when characters are really good friends, and then there's like, I love friends to friends with benefits to relationships. And I Gigi and Ryder are perfect for each other. And I think that the way that this story is told, the way that we're introduced to their friends and to their own issues, it's so well done. And I feel for Ryder in this book. Ryder didn't deserve half the stuff that he went through. I cannot wait for the next one to come out. I just finished the Dixon Rule not too long ago, and I loved that. So, but this is still my favorite. But yeah, that's pretty much all of my favorite authors. I can't think of anybody else that I left off, but those are the main ones, I guess. Let me know in the comments down below if you enjoy any of these authors. And if you've made it this far, leave the wave emoji in the comments down below. And thank you so much, as always, for clicking on this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already. And have a great rest of your day wherever you are. Bye.